Greetings, students. Welcome to syllabus review time. Now, you are perfectly capable of reading the syllabus on your own. You are more than welcome to do it. I would just like to go over some important parts of our syllabus to make sure we're all on the same page before the semester begins. Okay, so important stuff up here. There is no textbook for this class. Everything you need to read or watch for this class will be on Blackboard. So just do that. Isn't that nice? My office hours are Tuesdays at 10 a.m. in Teams, and there is a link here, hello link, that you can link to join me for office hours. You can always email me if that doesn't work for you, and I'm more than happy to schedule a meeting with you independently. That's just when I have them scheduled. Best way to get a hold of me is email. I'll usually respond to an email within 24 hours. I kind of live in my email, so it's usually the best way to get a hold of me. So we have our lovely course description here. And as I mentioned a little bit in week 0, this is kind of an unusual American history class because while we're focusing on the United States, we're not really focusing on the United States. We're focusing on how the world kind of collided with the United States, right? So, and to create the United States. So there were all kinds of folks showing up, doing all kinds of things in North and South America over the past 500 years. So we're gonna get into a lot of that, and it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this term. We're gonna learn about the Spanish and the Portuguese and the English and Arabs and Africans and all kinds of stuff. We're going all over the world. So all of that and how it relates to American history should be a good time. So let's take a look here at our learning outcomes. You're going to learn about primary sources, secondary sources, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do historical analysis. It's a history class. Again, you can read these. Important things that I really need you to look at. Course expectations. It is extremely important that you keep track of your assignments, okay? Every week is going to have an overview video with me, and it's going to have a to-do list. Make sure you start there. It's going to tell you what order to do things in so that you don't get confused. And it's going to have everything you need. So make sure we're living on that page, okay? And we will have a separate video about navigating the course here once I have a couple weeks up and I can do that video. So we will get to that. Other thing, please let me know if you have questions or concerns or anything. I am not psychic. I cannot help you if you do not tell me that you need help. Right? So please just let me know about things. That's really helpful. So what am I expecting from you guys this term, right? That's what you really want to know. What do I have to do? What's my grade? I do not like math, so it's a very simple grade system, right? We got 20-point things, 20 percentage points, 5 different things, okay? So first thing, every week you're going to have a quiz, usually about 10 questions. Here's the fun thing about my quizzes, though. You don't have to get them right. More about that later. So every week you're going to have a quiz, and every week you're going to have a discussion board post. That's the bread and butter of this course, right? Your weekly quiz and your discussion board post. That's how we do attendance. That's how we get to know each other. That's the big stuff, right? In addition to those 2 things weekly, we have 3 larger assignments that we'll be completing this term. That's the signature assignment. More on that later. It's a paper. And then you have 2 exams. You have a midterm exam and you have a final exam. So nothing complicated. You don't have a boatload of work to do. I just kind of want you to focus on your weekly assignments, on your readings, on our documentaries, and really getting into the material. That's really the goal here. And then the scale for grade breakdowns is the same all over Central Penn. So let's look at my policies here. Late work. Guys, sometimes late work is better than no work at all. These aren't hard deadlines. It's not if you don't get it in by Sunday, you can never turn it in. You can absolutely turn it in. I will happily accept late work, but I will take points off, okay? So you're going to lose a little bit of points, but sometimes that's better than not having anything there, right? And I describe how I do that here. The other thing, guys, please don't use AI. Please don't. Please don't. Just don't. If you use something like Grammarly, please turn off the AI feature that is still using AI, even though it's Grammarly, okay? I need you to write your words. I don't care if somebody helps you spell your words, but I need you to write your words, okay? I reserve the right to automatically give a 0 to anything that I suspect is AI generated until you can provide me with proof that it is not. Okay, so don't start that. Don't get into that place where I have to be like, this isn't good. Just do your own work. I don't require you guys to do a ton of writing. I don't have a lot of maximums that you have to get to. So just do me a favor and do your own work. I really appreciate that. All right, let's get these assignments here. So as I said earlier, weekly quizzes are fun because you can get them wrong. Do you know why? You learn things when you get them wrong. I want the quizzes to help guide your reading. I want your quizzes to help guide your studying. And I want them to let you know what you're picking up from the material and what you're not. So when you turn in your quiz, you'll notice it doesn't automatically get graded, and that's because I have to go in and manually change it to always give you full credit. So even if you get all 10 questions wrong, but you turn it in on time, you will get full credit for that quiz. Isn't that nifty? So just do the quizzes and you'll be all set. Like I said, you do not have to get them right. Getting things wrong helps you learn. And this is the place to get them wrong, is in your weekly quizzes. The other thing we have weekly are our discussion board posts. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I know this is not your favorite thing. I don't have a minimum on these. And I try to do this to try to get you guys to prevent you from using AI. It doesn't always work, but it usually works a little better. Ideally, your discussion board posts are going to be about a paragraph. I always do the first discussion board posts, and I'll usually give you a pretty good idea of how much content I'm looking for. Again, not required. Sometimes you're going to have more than you will other weeks. That's fine. Just try to get a couple of sentences in there so that I can know that you're thinking about it and doing the work. Our signature assignment. Now, there will be a whole video on this coming up. I know it's a little confusing just based on what the class title is and then what the signature assignment says. So we're not going to get in too much to it today. What you do need to know is that it's coming up towards the end of the term. I think it's week 8, somewhere in there it's due. So it is coming up. You do have a paper in this class. It will be on slavery. And we will go over all of the requirements for that. It's not going to be a long paper, just a little paper. We'll go over it. There'll be a rubric, all of those things. I should have that up in the next few weeks, so we'll discuss that. And then finally, you have 2 exams because, well, you have 2 exams. So we have a midterm and we have a final. Those are going to be a mix. They're going to be a mix of like multiple choice, fill in the blank, and essay questions. They're not timed. I do not give you a limit, so you can spend however long you want to do taking your exams. You can use whatever notes you've made. It's nothing like that. Just take your time. We will absolutely discuss what you should study and how you should study before your exams. Okay, so that's the class, really. That's all the stuff you have to do. So not too shabby. And then I do have a little miniature class calendar on here, just so that everybody kind of knows where we're headed. So here we have everybody. You'll notice that everything is due on Sunday. Everything is due on Sunday the week in question, so nothing new there. So all your week 1 assignments are going to be due by midnight on the 12th. All your week 2 assignments are going to be due by midnight on the 19th, etc., right? So pretty straightforward stuff. Every week you'll have a folder with your materials in it. There's going to be things for you to read. There's going to be things for you to watch. Make sure you read and watch all the things. Then after you've read and watched all the things, you can go on to do the things, to do your quizzes, your discussion board posts, and then occasionally you have additional assignments. But that's showing you where everything's coming up here, and also all of the units that we are planning to do. I will not go over all of the campus support services and everything that's at the bottom of the syllabus, but you do have access to all this stuff, guys. Academic support services, counseling services, the library is amazing. So it's the librarian, they're delightful. Disability support services, all of that. Which reminds me, if you have accommodations, and I have received your accommodation letter, please remember that you need to contact me to tell me if you're going to use your accommodations and which accommodations you're going to use. For the most part, accommodations don't 1000% apply to online classes, especially when it has to do with like time. Since none of your exams are timed, that's not really big of an issue. But if you have anything else, please let me know as soon as possible what accommodations you plan to use, and so that we can get that set up for you. So that's pretty much everything I had on the syllabus. I know that was kind of a long video, but kind of important. So I'll see you in the next one.